Hello, happy Saturday afternoon. It's almost getting early evening. I've tried to get in here all day. I have actually been in here. I've just been doing different stuff. This is Sheryl with Sheryl's Dashing Designs. That is my YouTube and my Instagram. My Facebook is Sheryl Blair Hood. Email is jashood@yahoo.com. I would love for you to subscribe and join to my YouTube channel. I'm trying to get more and more subscribers. I'm pretty new to this. I've just started just a few months ago, but I've been a crafter for a long time. I just said I would never do videos, and here I am doing them. But anyway, I hope that you are having a wonderful Saturday. I appreciate you watching this. We have been doing a tutorial on making a tall skinny journal. You all know that I love making tall skinny journals. This is where we're at. I did a little more off camera last night and this morning. Things that I thought, that we would already do. Our first one, we picked out all different kinds of papers and made our two signatures. Then we made the backing of the cover and the inside part of it. Very plain. And then the next 3 or 4, we started doing some ephemera and decorating pages. I like to cut out a lot of appliques. I use a lot of laces. This is a glycine bag pocket, belly band with a trim. Trims come from Sheila Gingrich at Boho Daydreams. This was some dyed paper, and it was longer than I wanted, so I just folded it up and made a little pocket there. I like to put little pieces because then what I like is when you look at it like this, you just kind of see cascades of different blues. And yes, it is going to be a gator mouth again, but that's all right with me. I personally love the gator mouth. That is just my favorite. I mean, it just is like a book full of beauty. And so I love the gator mouth. In fact, who I gave one to Christmas, they said they was going to call me the Gator Mouth Queen. And I said, well, that probably fits, because I just rarely make one that's not a gator mouth. We made these. This is also, it comes completely off. Another place to where I folded up the page. I stamped on it. This is a fold to where we can put some pages behind it. This is all just kind of recapping of a lot that we have already done in the first 7. This is the starting of the second signature. I also, because my beadwork is really very basics. But anyway, I went ahead and put the dangles on this one. Like I said, my beadwork is, I wanted it just like the laces in here, all shades of blue. But let me tie this back up. We're going to start on the cover today. What I have done, I had a piece of this luxury fabric. I don't know, it's kind of a linen, maybe has a little satin or sateen in it. Embroidered. I got this from Karen Anderson. And she sells luxury fabric bundles, and I had used it and I had just a little piece, so I hid my spine. I didn't put buttons on this one, I hid it. And first I glued this down just a little bit right in the center. Then I put this down. To know how I put this down and how I glued the backing of this would be in the number 2 series when we did the cover and I used the brayer. I did this the exact same way. I put the glue on it with the tip on the fabric, Sometimes I use steam a seam, and sometimes I use Fabri-Tac. It just kind of depends. And this one I did use the Fabri-Tac, and then I put it down flat. I used my brayer, and I got it just as flat as possible. I have not decided, and we'll probably just kind of work on it together, what all I'm going to do on it. I kind of want to use this, but I think it's going to be a piece that's going to come on and off, and I'm going to use some darker ribbon in it. And then kind of maybe have it kind of hang off down here and run up through here. This is just real quick, but kind of have another tie here. So I don't think in this topper we are going to actually glue it down, because I don't think I want it on top of this. I think I want it to where it can be a piece inside of this, and it can be removed, and I may make a little secret writing place on the back or a little tablet or something. But we're going to decorate it, and then it can all be wrapped up inside of this little jacket here. I've got a bunch of these and I need to start using them. But I just thought that would kind of give it a double tie here. And I may even do something to go across that part. Haven't decided that yet. But I'm going to take all this off because we're not going to worry with it. We're not going to worry with this doily today. We're just going to do the topper. What I did, this is a piece of manila folder. I cut it down to go the size, just a little bit on the insides of this. I knew this was 4 inches, so I think I cut this to maybe 3 1/4, 3 1/2, and then took off about 1 inch on the top and the bottom because I wanted it to fit inside of the corner brackets. So I took the manila envelope, cut it down, then just like number 2 when we did the cover, I cut out a piece of the same thing that the journal is lined with, that Indian textile print, and I covered the manila folder with it. Took the brayer, just like a number 2 video, flattened it out. This is a piece that I printed on muslin, and I have glued it down the exact same way. Got the brayer, got all the, I first of all, used my little plastic card to where I smoothed the glue just as flat as I could, then put this on top and then smoothed it down. But on top of the fabric, I did put just a little bit of blue sparkly tulle that just kind of gives it just a little hint, just a little bit of pizzazz, because remember, my toppers, I just start building and building and building. And that's how I do it. And I have not decided exactly. I think I am going to use this French blue. I like this one because it kind of almost goes with her dress. Sheila always gives plenty of this. I will not need all that. I'm doing about 3 lengths of it. And then what I am doing is I'm splitting this. Kate calls me the Queen of Bows, and that's what we're going to start doing today. We are going to start with a bow. always make it a big bow, then I just start working with it till I get it exactly like I like it. I also grabbed out some of this. I thought that we might put some of this up one side, or this. We might cut some of this. I like to use these on top because I don't use them a lot inside my journals because they are pretty bulky. And I think what I will do with it, I'm going to cut some of this off. Anytime you're cutting this, like right here, where I'm going to have to be cutting through some beads, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go on the back where I cut it. Get my Fabri-Tac. I may have to get my other bottle. This one's almost out, so it takes forever to get down there. But get my Fabri-Tac, every place that I'm going to cut it. And I glue so that way it can preserve the beads on the back. So then I smooth that out. Okay. Still just a little wet, so I don't want to use my good scissors. I'm going to cut this right. Kind of follow the pattern. Don't even know if we're going to use this, but I'm going to cut it just in case. Because this is actually how I do mine. I get so much stuff out, and then I just start working with it to see what I like the best on it. I like it that way better. And I will probably cut that off. There's no glue on the back of it, so I can cut it off with that. And I'm going to keep that leaf. That may go somewhere else. It's almost like I give these things haircuts. So I think that we will, if we use that, we'll probably use it kind of like that. Okay, let's start with our bow first. And let me see, do we want any bling under the bow? What did I just do with that piece I cut off? I had more of this. Oh, here it is. Sometimes I like to put just a little piece up coming out from underneath the bow. See, this is another reason I don't feel I'm very good on videos, because my brain is just kind of all over the place, and I know that. But when I am creating, that's how my brain works. It's just all over the place. And it's all just kind of a trial and error. I think I really like that there. Just kind of peeking out from the bow. Yeah, I think that's where we're going to put that. we've got our bow. And what I start doing is, I think I want it right at the top. Let me open this other glue because this one's going to drive me crazy. It takes too long to get down for it to be on video. Excuse me. Then I'm just going to make a little puddle of glue right here. Excuse me, excuse me. Yep, the allergies are still bothering me. And I just kind of keep working with this till I get it exactly like I like it. And sometimes I glue a little bit, excuse me, of the bow down, but I don't want to do that yet. Okay, this is how I make some of those little curly Q knots. I just kind of do it in a loose knot, and then I just start gliding that up, and I just kind of make a little knot here. There I am using that glue again. I'm just gonna And when you get the glue on your hand, everything wants to stick to it. All those little strings that you're trying to pull off. Then I just start weaving this ribbon in all different directions with just a tad of glue. And I try to hide where it's going to be stuck so that way the glue does not come through on the ribbon. See how I just kind of wad it up in there? When you use these silk, you will get a lot of shedding. I think the more shedding, the prettier it is. Okay. Then, if we use this, it's going to kind of be like that, so we can come all the way down to about to where her skirt goes out. I hide a lot of the seam in my muslin print just by little dots of glue. And still just kind of do little wadded up versions of it. And see, you can see where the glue come through there. So what I do is I smash another little piece over it. I kind of let that dry. And then I twist the ribbon around. Then I'm going to put another little knot right here. Just to give it a little dimension. Okay. this side, because we have all the beads, we're just going to kind of go over the beads real gently. Just to start my glue right here. Make a twist over the beads. Another knot. Twisting the ribbon so that it's not just pulled taut. That way it hides glue. And gives it dimension. Not going to do a lot of twisting here. I'm just going to kind of glue this down so it'll be underneath the applique. And I think I need another, don't know if I want a piece of this or if I want, oh, you know what, I cut this off. So we can probably piece it in right here where it's going right up like that. To do blobbing with the glue, just kind of flat. That to look like it was coming out there. paper in my hand earlier, and I don't know what I've done with it now. Go on a little scavenger hunt and look for it. Thought I had stuck it right over here. Let's see what we can do, because I feel like it needs just a little sparkle more. I want to find my other silver. Oh, yes. And I don't know for sure if we need flowers. I like that. This is almost too pretty to cut. I'm just gonna work that in right there. Yep, like that. Under the ribbon. Just a little piece down here. And I really like to use things in threes, so I don't know if we need one or two more somewhere. We will see. We will see. Whoops, I broke that one. How'd I do that? Maybe I just need a little piece like that. Yeah, I think that's what, I think I broke it just so it'd help me. Okay, let's see when we get that. We could, if we wanted to, we could glue that. That's how my toppers, we could glue it straight on here, and then what I normally do is take some velvet, cover the edges with, or some lace. Sometimes I'll take another, see if I can find some fine lace. is I kind of put, if I glue this down on here, I'll pull that up and I'll just put like a little piece here to hide the edges there. And I just work it all in. But on this one, I think, I'm still in the back of my mind, I want this as a tie around. I will have to decide and see. And yes, I do mix my metals. I'm just that person even when I wear jewelry, which I don't wear that much anymore because I don't go that many places. I don't. And I may hand sew that on there. Maybe kind of pretty across there. In the comments, let me know if you think that that should be sewed on there, on that doily. Anyway, that is how I make the topper, and that's all I was coming on here today for. I will, like I said, I will put something, probably some lace or something to cover this, even if it's still just a removable piece, or if it was attached. Either way, I would have that covered. But I appreciate you being here, and I hope you enjoyed the topper. Hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you.